Good afternoon. Welcome to Ask Deb, where I will be answering some questions provided to me using divining rods and a pendulum. Now, I may be using divining rods and consulting a pendulum. Please remember that I am just an enthusiastic amateur and not a licensed representative of the spirit world. So let's begin. All right. First, with the divining rods. Our first question is, okay. All right, rods, let's clear. All right. Do we truly have free will? And that is a yes. A yes for me is when the rods cross each other. All right, divining rods. Our second question. Are our paths already decided? That is a no. All right, please clear. Third question. Are past, present, and future all happening at once? I don't seem to like that question. I am not getting a definitive yes or a definitive no. So perhaps we might need to rephrase that question at a later time. All right, number 4. Can any family members who have passed watch us anytime? Hmm, the rods say no. Okay, our fifth question. All right, let's clear rods for our fifth question. Do we reincarnate? All right, well, that is a yes, but it was a little hesitant. So again, we may need to rephrase that one a little bit. Um, okay, let's delve into that question of reincarnation just a little bit more. So let's clear. And can we reincarnate as an animal other than human? That's a big no. Okay, thank you. Let's clear. Okay. Question 7. Do we choose our parents before we are born? That's a no. Okay, clear. All right. Here's a big one. All right, are we clear? Ready to go? All right. Are we living in a simulation? That was a quick no. All right, let's come back. All right, clear. All right, number 9. Is life just a game? Absolutely no movement on that. So that question definitely needs some clarification. Um, okay, number 10. All right. So the overall question is, are we here for a mission or a lesson? So I will ask it so you can either or. Are we here for a mission? No. Okay, bring it back. Clear. Alrighty. Clear, please. Thank you. So, are we here for a lesson? No. All right. Bring it back. Clear, please. So, I'm going to add a question here. Are we here just for the human experience, good or bad? That was a slower yes. So, a yes, but I think it needs to be clarified, the question a little bit more. All right. Um, okay, so we got a no on the mission or a lesson, but kind of a yes on the here for the human experience. So, if that is the case, do we keep coming back for multiple experiences? That is a yes. Okay, so let's put these down and I'll use my trusty pendulum. This is not a fancy pendulum, but I'll tell you a little story about it. I was in a shop and there was a nice display of all these pendulums. And I was looking at them, and this one, it's clear with the chakra colors on it, literally jumped off the display at least a couple inches or so, as if an invisible hand had taken it and dropped it. Well, the tip broke, so I felt like I needed to pay for it no matter what, because I was the one that was standing right in front of it, even though I didn't touch it. And I really did a lot of thinking about it. And I says, must be, this was meant to be with me. And I have to tell you, it there's a reason I call it my trusty pendulum. Okay, so let's go back through those questions that we just did and see what kind of answers we get with this. This is something that I use a lot more than the rods. Okay. All right. We are clear and ready for our first question. Do we truly have free will? Okay. It was already starting to give me a yes before I even finished the question. Something to be said about its knowing. Maybe I should shake up the questions a little bit instead of reading them in order. Let's do that. Let's try the question. Okay, we're nice and clear. Clear. Are past, present, and future all happening at once? Okay, you can stop. Okay, let's clear from that question. So it did not give us a yes or no. It was similar to the rods. There was no answer. Okay, clear. Are our paths already decided? That is a no. All right, clear. Can any family members who have passed watch us anytime? Okay, that is a no. Okay, just all right, clear. All right, do we reincarnate? All right, it's not giving me an answer. Like it wants to say yes, then it wants to say no. So I think we need a little clarification again on that question. All right, along reincarnation, can we reincarnate as an animal other than human? No. All right, clear. Do we choose our parents before we are born? That's a no. Okay, clear, please. All right. Next question is, are we living in a simulation? That is a no. Next question. Is life just a game? No answer. All right, let's clear from that question, please. Are we here for a mission? No. Right, clear from that question, please. Thank you. Are we here for a lesson? A no as well. Clear? Thank you. Are we here just for the human experience, good or bad? That is a yes. And I think what was the added question I had? Okay. Um, can we come back? Oh, wait a minute. Let me clear. Clear, please. Maybe come back more than once, multiple times for this human experience? Quick yes. Alrighty. So that is the answers from my divining rods and from my pendulum. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Send me your questions. Thanks.